it comes to home security, I like to talk to people about what are called the 3Ds, and I'm actually going to extend it to 4Ds here, and those are going to be deterrence, denial, detection, and dispatch. Deterrence is making your home a less attractive target in the first place, making not giving intruders or potential intruders a reason to want to get into your home, and that's the most important piece of it. And so when we talk about deterrence, it is things like making your home look inhabited when it's not. It is not demonstrating or showcasing expensive items within the house, keeping them away from open windows and so on. So as you look at a house, I think from the exterior of the house are a few things that an intruder might look for as signs of whether or not somebody was there or whether or not it was going to be an easy target. And so to start with, I would say the presence of a security system sign in front. That's going to be a signal to a would-be intruder that the people do take security importantly, and that they have perhaps taken steps to protect their property. Again, that's a little bit discouraging to a would-be intruder, but maybe not enough. The second thing is they're often going to be targeting a home that they think nobody's home at. They don't want witnesses, and so they're going to perhaps look for a house that in the early evening has the lights out. That's usually a sign that nobody's home yet. People are still at work and so on, and so that might be a target. So one of the things you can do there is to put lights on timers to make it look as though you're home even when you're not. Another thing that would be an invitation to an intruder would be a big flat screen TV in your living room with the shades open. Right? From outside of the street, they can map a game plan already in terms of, okay, I can kick in the door, I can pull the TV off the wall, and I can get out within 30 seconds. You don't want to give people that chance, that temptation to break into your house. Obviously, you don't want to leave garage door open, cars in the driveway with unlocked doors, things of that sort as well. Also at night, I think lighting is important. Intruders, again, would like the cover of darkness for sneaking around a house. And if you have dusk to dawn lights or motion detector lights, that again is going to make them more easily recognizable by the neighbors, and it's going to discourage them and hopefully encourage them to target some other house instead. Those are the main things. Keeping your shrubs trimmed around windows so that they don't have a place to hide when they're fiddling with the window trying to get in. Not leaving mail piling up in the driveway when you're gone, or newspapers, not leaving door hangers on the door. All of those are things and steps to make the house look inhabited and less of a easy target for a prospective intruder. Let's say, though, you did fail at deterrence and the intruder is going to target your home. Okay, denial is the next step. Denial is make it hard to get into the house. Again, you got to put yourself in their shoes, and they're going to be nervous. Their heart's going to be beating 150 beats a minute, and they're going to be, looking around trying to see if anybody's going to catch them. So, if it's difficult to get into the house, it may discourage them. The basics are a deadbolt. Deadbolts on the exterior doors to make it harder to jimmy the lock and perhaps get in that way. To make it more difficult to even kick in a door. A deadbolt door with 3 or 4 inch screws going into the frame of the door is going to make it a lot harder to break into that house. And so maybe they try once and they get discouraged and run off. As far as windows are concerned, obviously all your double hung windows should be locked. All your casement windows should be latched as well, so as not to give them an easy entry point into the house. Some people recommend doing things like planting sticker bushes near windows and things like that to just be another layer of discouragement when it comes time to have somebody approaching your house. And so those are the main denial steps. And then, okay, let's say you failed at discouraging them, failed at denying their entry, and they got into the house. Detection is the next step. That's where an alarm system would come in. That alarm system is going to trigger when the house is opened or somebody comes into the house. A timer is going to count down to give an authorized visitor time to disarm the security system, but in the absence of a valid code being entered in the security system, the sirens are going to go off. This central station is going to be notified, and we're going to go through the verification process, and that's what I would call then the fourth D, dispatch. And at that point, we're going to call the homeowners first, try to verify whether in fact this is a valid alarm or if it's just a false alarm. So we'll go down a verification phone list. When we get a hold of somebody, if it's a false alarm, we'll ask for a code to verify or authenticate that person has the authority to cancel an alarm. And if we don't get a hold of anybody on the list, or if nobody on the list cancels the alarm, we would go ahead and dispatch the authorities and have them check out the house. But you know, in those cases, it's good to have the police go to the house. We'll give them the zone number, the address, and so on, and they'll be able to check out to see whether or not the house has been breached in any way. They'll check the doors, make sure they're all secured. They'll check the windows, see if there's any signs of forced entry, and you know, and make sure the house is safe before the homeowners return to it. So those are basically the main principles. Regardless of whether or not you employ a security system, you know, obviously the deterrence and denial are important steps in protecting your home and your family. Thanks.